This is Brother Ron, and welcome to We All Be News Radio and TV, the news-free Dixie for the 21st century.
Oh, Dr. Short?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. We all be on the hill on the one and only Dr. Randy Short with the word of what you need to hear right now in these times that we are living in. And he is the man that can articulate not only the plan, but also what you are seeing and not seeing in the news cycle. How you doing today, sir?
Oh, well, I'm very blessed, Brother Ron Hurd, and your audience is blessed too. And today I'm going to bring it. I'm very, very pleased to be with you and to share and to talk to you and all the things going on in the country and the world. I've been blessed to have a visit in the house, a brother from Mozambique whose father is one of the people that started the revolution 54 years ago against the Portuguese. And this is the first time he's visiting. I just looked at him and realized he looked like my favorite cousin. So, it's amazing how connected we are. So I'm here, and man, we got to talk about my classmate. She went to school with me. His brother, his name is Dr. Simeon João from Mozambique, and he and I went to Howard with Omarosa. Yes, we did.
Oh, wow.
And I've known Omarosa, not so much a friend, but she is a classmate. I've known Omarosa for 21 years. And Omarosa is, she's basically shaking up the whole world. Nothing new. When I first heard the name of Omarosa, it came with a warning because I had never heard a name like that before. I was elected. Actually, I wasn't elected. Through a special election that was stolen to keep me from winning. And it turned out the person that was given the position didn't want it. So I ended up inheriting the position of being treasurer for the Graduate Student Council, which is a council that represents about 2,500 to 3,000 graduate students at Howard University. I was a treasurer for 1 year. And that's one thing I was told once they had showed me all the basic things, what my duties were, and introduced me to the people that work with the money and student government and the university. I was told, beware of Omarosa. And my question was, what's Omarosa? I thought it was like a computer virus or something like that. And I said, what's Omarosa? And they said, it's not what, it's who. And I said, well, what about Omarosa? And they said, oh, she's poison. She'll set you up. She'll destroy you. Don't make any agreements with her. Never meet with her one-on-one. Just do everything you can to avoid her. She's poison. She's dangerous. She's cutthroat. I know for myself, don't explore. Don't be curious. Don't take any chances. That's the one way that you can succeed as treasurer. Be careful of Omarosa.
Wow.
The person that told me this is a gentleman who is a Haitian by the name of Jean-Marie. So if anybody wants to go back and check whether I'm telling them the truth, I'm telling them the truth that Jean-Marie, and there's another guy named Baruti, Jahi Baruti, I think is his name, who was the vice president of the Graduate Student Council. And you can look in Howard University Student Archives, and you'll see that I was a treasurer. And Omarosa Manigault was a graduate student in the political science department. And obviously, she learned a whole lot of politicking in Howard because she's driving these folks out of their mind. And I'm not surprised. Now, I'll just say to you that I saw Omarosa for the first time. She came to my attention after hearing about her name. I was in a graduate student council meeting where I was being introduced as a treasurer, and this attractive-looking woman was staring at me intently, whatever that was about, since I'm one of those nerdy-type brothers that gets overlooked by the ladies. I was trying to think, what's she looking at me like that for? And so I had no idea who it was. But when the meeting was over, they introduced themselves. This is, hi. Okay. I'm Omarosa and political science. And you're the new treasurer, I heard. I says, yes. She says, well, I want to know when I can get some more money for conference funding. I said, some more money? I said, let me check my book here. So, Omarosa, man, I go, you've already received your funding for the semester. Well, I'd like to get more. And I says, Omarosa, there's a limited amount of money that one student can get per semester. And for me to give you anything else would create an ethical problem for me. And other people would then ask for more. And she says, well, why can't I? And I said to her, look, dear, there's some things that you've got right. Yes, I do want a woman. However, what you got wrong is it's definitely not you.
Wow.
All right? You've been given the money that you're supposed to have. I've already been informed about how you would like special treatment. Well, you'll have to find it somewhere else. And by the way, let me make this very clear. You are a nice-looking woman. And if what you have is as good and as valuable as you think it is, you can find someone else to give you far more money than I'm able to do without me getting into trouble with the dean and the graduate student council. So let me state it for you. No. Hell no. Fuck no. Have a good day, sister. That was our first conversation.
Wow.
And she was nice to me. and no. Mm-mm. You see, Omarosa was tight with the dean, who was a lecherous man by the name of Dr. Orlando Taylor. My nickname for him was Groper, because he would fondle the women in the Howard University Administrative Building elevators. He was such a lecherous man. They put him in the graduate school because it didn't have, it had an elevator, but very few people rode on them. And see, Omarosa would have gone to the dean if I had given in to her once. If I decided not to give any more money, she would have gone and shown that I gave her money above what she should have gotten. Why couldn't I do it again? And of course, if she and the dean had some kind of chummy relationship, because it's alleged that the dean had very sticky fingers in relations with a large number of women, both student and staff at the school, then I would be in a paradox between him trying to help her out because he wants to get hit up sometime in the future if he hadn't already hit it up, right? Mm-hmm. Then I would have been screwed. Plus, he was already mad at me because we had a meeting in the graduate school back in 1997, 21 years ago. And he was talking about cultural differences between people. And he started using an example about men holding hands and how it's bad in some cultures and it's good in others. And he says, what would you guys think if you saw me and Jean-Marie, the same Haitian dude, holding hands? I yelled out, I know he'd get his degree. Everybody fell out laughing because he's been known for shaking students down for sex. People laughed so hard, the dude tried to run over me with his Infinity in the alley behind the graduate school to get back at me because, he's really angry with me. But anyway, so that was Omarosa 21 years ago. I saw Omarosa again. I got to put this out here so everybody know. Omarosa has been climbing. She is a striver. She is fearless. Or should I say, the only thing Omarosa is afraid of is running out of money. That's the one thing. She does not want to be broke, and she'll do anything not to be broke. I mean anything. It's obvious. And I'm not mad at her for not wanting to be broke. Now, Omarosa went on to leave the political science department to go to communications. I'm pretty certain she didn't finish her PhD there, although certain resumes may have said she did. No, she didn't. Don't lie, Omarosa. You didn't finish. And while she was there, she was working at the White House, and they kept like moving her around or internally firing her into someplace else. But Omarosa kept. She's a smart woman. She's nobody's fool. She's from Youngstown, Ohio. She's got book smarts, street smarts, business smarts, and she has the nerve to use that stuff to get what she wants. They had that song. She's got what's the song? Hot Pants. She's got to use what she got to get what she wants. James Brown used to sing that song. Well, she's sort of like that song, Hot Pants. and she's shaking that money maker. But anyway, Omarosa wanted to be Miss Howard University because she's always trying to get some kind of accolade or honor, okay? Ever since I've seen her. And when she was running for Miss Howard, she was able to be a finalist. And what Omarosa did was she did a Janet Jackson where her breast fell out of her outfit at the finale of her performance. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but and I think there are a lot of people out there that love boobs, breasts, titties, whatever you want to call them, female mammary glands are loved. But on that specific evening, Omarosa's poor showing got booed. By the way, I'm not picking, and it looks good on her. Omarosa's had breast augmentation surgery. I mean, it looks good. A lot of women, sometimes it's good to you. I'm not mad at you. You have a little titty adventure, you get them blown up. Shoot, some people get new teeth, implants. Some people, a nose job, and some people get a breast job. The face is the same. She always had an attractive face. So that's one thing. She bombed at Miss Howard, but she did become Miss Washington, D.C. She did succeed in that. I think it's about 2001. I think it's 2001 or 2002. She was reigning Miss Washington, D.C. I remember seeing her and her so proud. She showed me her card, and it looked nice. It was like the Black Grinch that stole Christmas. The look on her face was so And I didn't hear about Omarosa again until about 2008. A friend of mine, thank you, a friend of mine from Boston that had moved to Atlanta called me to tell me that he had been watching The Apprentice, and there is this woman on there named Omarosa, and I said, Omarosa is the only one. I said, oh my God, I know her. And it says, she's great. I says, I know she's cutting everybody's throat. I know that. I can believe that. Says, I don't even need to see the show. I already know her. I know she's doing folk in. And I saw her then, and, I began to look her up on the internet just to see what she's up to. And just making progress. And, of course, I get busy for a while, and I look up, and, in 2015, I was down where you were. I was in Jackson, Tennessee. and I see Trump's running, and Trump doesn't have a lot of people around him. And I heard buzz that Omarosa's going to go and work for Trump, and she does. Well, I knew when I started working, and I need to let everybody know, I'm well aware of white supremacy, racism, injustice, slave mindset, post-slave traumatic syndrome. I'm very aware of all of it. However, I was very clear about what I didn't like about Libya, Haiti, Flint, a range of other things where Hillary Clinton could have done better. I decided to support Trump because I didn't like a lot of stuff I saw. And I met with a very close friend of Donald Trump, and I told him, I need to have more than Omarosa around Trump in terms of black people. Mm-hmm. Okay, you're going to need some black folks who are different from her. You just do. And I told the gentleman that Omarosa, if she ever got mad at Trump and she was in the White House, she'd turn on him like a shark on crack. So y'all need to think about making her the point person for all black people. It's not fair. It's not fair to her. It's not fair to black voters. It's not fair across the board. There needs to be a diversity of black people that are working with the Trump administration, or you're going to centralize so much in one person. If they ever should get angry, they're going to turn.
Right.
Well, I forgot that I gave this advice to Dr. Corsi at the Harvard Club in June of 2016. Mm. He reminded me that I had warned him then. Mm-hmm. By the way, I told him, Omarosa's smart. Omarosa's no dummy. Don't disrespect her. Hmm. She will fight anyone if she feels dishonored. So you need to think about this, because, white folk have a way of dismissing, and not treating people right. Anyway, Trump wins. And sure as I expected, they put Omarosa on the transition team and all this other stuff. And you know what? One of the things I noticed early on, a lot of people who were black conservative types or black independents that were willing to at least deal with the Republican, nobody was getting anything. We're talking about inauguration tickets and all this stuff.
Right.
It was strange. If you're the liaison, you're supposed to bring people together. Omarosa was building her portfolio for herself. And that manifested best when they had their Black History Summit at the White House. And you didn't even have a room full of black people. And former Chocolate City, D.C., you couldn't get 20, 30 blacks in the room for the president. Mm. So they're all picked by her. And that little dude, Daryl Scott, the one that looks like he can't decide whether he wants to be a pimp or a preacher or do both part-time. Right? Mm. And so you saw this, and I was thinking, this isn't good. I talked to a woman down in North Carolina who was a committee woman for the Republican Party in North Carolina. Mm-hmm. When you're the committee woman, effectively it means you're like the female president of the Republican Party for the state.
Okay.
This woman busted her behind to get the Trump administration to look at HBCUs. You remember that meeting with all the HBCUs?
Yes, sir.
North Carolina has about 7 HBCUs.
Okay.
She worked to get that thing going, and she didn't even get invited to come to the meeting. You know, how does that happen? How does a person that puts all this work and energy into the election, as well as bringing something that's a deliverable thing that the Black community cares about, and they don't get invited? They don't get a letter of thanks? And you talk to a lot of people, no matter who they were, Black, trying to give something, because, look, all the coons out there that repeat that garbage, that you shouldn't rely on the government for anything, explain to me why the rich rely on the government to give them tax breaks and tax cuts and contracts and subsidies. And then they get mad if you or I get some biscuits or some powdered milk. What the hell is that?
Yes, sir.
You feeling me?
Definitely. Great.
So I was talking to certain conservative folks, and people, her name began to come up. We can't get through to Omarosa. She doesn't return calls. And you can't, you know, I literally tweeted and emailed Omarosa repeatedly. I never got a reply. I'm not saying I'm that important, but I can assure you today and 2 days before, somebody that's a little busy, Minister Akbar, Nation of Islam, gave me a call. He called me back when I called him. And I know other people important that call me back when I called them. When I worked with Colin Powell, he called me back when I called him. And he'd probably email me back if I emailed Colin Powell. Excuse me, when he was Secretary of State, he would call me back. I mean, Powell would get back in touch with me. What do you mean this broad can't? There was nobody I knew that was trying to get through different things that would help Trump with the Black community, get stuff for the Black community so we could get our foot in the door. They were turned away. Silently, just no response at all. Now, mind you, you're beefing about being the only Black person in the White House, but there were Black folks that could have gotten in the White House. You see, Omarosa's not a Republican. Omarosa's a Democrat. I'm not mad. I don't care about either. I care about Black folks. If Omarosa could get into the White House and could talk to Trump's daughter, she could have got a message to the president. There are a couple of Black folks that won't work in the White House with me. John Kelly was not the chief of staff the whole time. And she got along with Reince Priebus, the first chief of staff. Had she picked a couple of people, maybe it would have been a little different. Now, I'm not saying that those folks aren't redneck, racist. Bannon is a monster. Sessions is a monster. DeVos is a monster. And by the way, Omarosa had to have known that stuff before she got in the White House. That's even more reason that you should have fought to get yourself a few Black colleagues around you. Not that they would have power, but should have some solidarity in the numbers. She didn't do that. I'm going to go somewhere else with this on Omarosa.
Okay.
Omarosa didn't want to be in the White House. Omarosa wanted to be U.S. ambassador to Haiti.
Okay.
What does America do for Haiti?
It rapes its resources.
So what kind of ambassador would she have been?
She'd be more of an exploiter. I mean, like, it's like she got to where she was at by manipulation and exploitation. So she'll fit right in, right? I mean, she'll be a company person.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Here's what I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
I have a friend. I think you know Azili Danto, right?
Yes, sir. I'm familiar with her.
You know, Azili and I work together.
Mm.
We worked very hard to get the Haitian American community to support Trump as a means to end what Clintons and the Bushes and Obamas had done. We're talking about the rape of women and children, the deliberate contamination of the water with infected doo-doo that killed 30,000 and made 500,000 people sick.
Mm.
We're talking about Oxfam, Red Cross, United Nations staff, as well as United Nations soldiers, raping women and children, making videos of folks slapping babies in the face for penises. Hotels built for pedophiles, human sex trafficking of women and children. The Haitian government has given 1/3 of its land to unconstitutional treaties to private companies. The Digicel Corporation runs everything in Haiti, and they're friends of the Clintons. This is the kind of stuff we were against.
Mm-hmm.
The gold mining concession being given to Hillary Clinton's brother doesn't know anything about gold other than he wants to steal some.
Mm.
And so this is one of the reasons why someone like me, who's very proud to be black, went with Trump to fight Clinton over the stuff that they were doing in Haiti and in Libya. We can get into that another conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, when Trump got in, we began trying to get a discussion on Haiti. And just we completely ignored, shut out. There's no one. You know, I went to sleep one day, and when I was sleeping, I had a vision. I woke up from the dream and called Azili. Says, Azili, you won't believe what that blank Omarosa did. She says, well, what did she do? I said, she had a meeting with 2 white men who are affiliated with the Clintons, and they're planning a trip to Haiti to certify the government of this bisexual, drug trafficking, money laundering Moise Juvenal to make him president of Haiti when the Haitian people don't want it. And she says, where'd you get that from? I says, I just dreamt it. And she says, I can't go with that. I can't just tell someone dreamt about it. I says, I almost can make out the man's name, but I'm telling you, sister, you call your Haitian network. There's a special chartered flight. They're going to Haiti to certify the election for this bastard. I'm just telling you, I just saw it. I saw the conversation. I just can't remember it all, but that's what they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I says, just hang up and call some people. You'll find out when they tell you what I told you, I'll be able to say, I told you so. So she started calling people, and she called me back and found out, yep, there's a flight going to Haiti. I said, I told you. She says, well, I can't go with that. I says, well, you can go with it now that someone else told you. She says, well, what do we do? I says, well, I says, you know what, I'm going to call some people that know the president. So I called Roger Stone.
Mm-hmm.
Normally his voicemail's full.
Okay.
I says, Roger, we just busted our asses for you. And this blank, Omarosa, is going to certify these drug-dealing bisexuals to be head of state in Haiti after we've done all this for y'all? And he said, look, I'm with you. Omarosa's been pissing off certain white folks as well. And so that's when InfoWars started dogging Omarosa over Haiti. Mind you, she said she didn't like the racism. What's more racist than them trafficking our women and babies? Do you know there's a new phenomenon in Haiti where white men like with underage girls who have purple labia majoris?
Say that again, Dr. Short. Say it again so I want people to understand. Well, say it again.
There's a new freaky, kinky pedophile thing sweeping white pedophiles across Europe, North and South America.
Mm-hmm.
They like having sex with underage girls who have purple labia majoris, and most people don't know Latin, so I'm going to get crude.
Okay.
If you have a purple pussy, if your vagina lips are purple, they want you if you're not of age of consent.
Wow.
And they're going down stealing girls who have purple vagina lips to do God knows what with. Izili Danto just blocked somebody's yacht and had it interdicted and had the children offloaded on Sunday this week.
Wow.
These are the things that Clintons and the others and Obama and them let happen down there. So if you ever see me backing Trump, think about Haiti, Libya, Honduras, the folk being murdered in Nicaragua, the folk being killed in Somalia, my ethnic brothers and sisters, the House of Fulani's getting killed in the Central African Republic and in Mali as a result of Obama's PPD 23, Presidential Policy Directive 23, that militarizes the Sahel, where my folks are from. If you see me with Trump, it's not that I think they're going to do everything, but I was trying to push back. Okay? It's not a sellout.
Well,
not a
what you say to people that say, well, Donald Trump talking about grabbing them by the pussy? I mean,
oh, yeah.
He's groper in chief. So what you say to that?
Well, they haven't at least publicly released any information that he's pulling it on someone under the age of 17 or 18.
Okay.
We're talking about people doing this to 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
Kidnapped, stolen, maybe snuff films made, and then the organs harvested, this kind of stuff that's possibly done. Who would know?
And I didn't mean to cut, but we have this conversation on the 1-year anniversary, on the eve of the 1-year anniversary of Baba Dick Gregory's transition, who talked about some of the things you're talking about, the sex trafficking, the organ harvesting. So what can we really do about it? If we've been knowing about this stuff going on for decades and years, what can really be done? Well,
one thing that could easily be done is to go after the people that do it.
Okay.
And that will require people to stop lying to themselves. Let me just say this so we can get there, and I don't care how people take it.
Yes, sir.
The organ harvesting or the organ theft industry is dominated by Jews. I can't stand church-going fake black folks who pretend that people from Russia are the same thing as the biblical Hebrews. They've got a Bible. Nigga needs to pick it up and read the 13th chapter of Revelation. It tells, if that's the word of God, damn it, then why are you giving credit to these people when they steal organs and push dope and lie and cheat and pervert the music, and you've got to make them God's chosen people, and that's you, fool.
But you know what, Dr. Short, they could easily do a Google search of the New York Times article that showed Jewish rabbis led a ring, an organ harvesting ring in New Jersey. The New York Times article. And when Chris Christie was the Attorney General of the state. So I mean, like, they can do a search, but I guess people don't want the responsibility of knowing the truth.
And that's why Kushner doesn't like Chris Christie.
Okay.
Why? Kushner's father got sent to jail for setting up a gay sting on one of the former governors of New Jersey.
The one that came out as gay.
Well, you have to once it's all on this newspaper.
Okay. I hear you. Okay.
I mean, yeah, you faggots, everybody know. So we need to understand who's doing and where do these murders or such. Black folks need to also go off on preachers. Folks need to start cussing out preachers who put these fake Jews up as the Hebrews. If someone just walked in and said, "Are you a dumbass preacher that thinks people from Russia are biblical Hebrews?" I just want to know. That's the way I come at certain ministers.
Mm-hmm.
Are you one of those stupid, lying black preachers that wants us to think that people from Europe are the Semitic people that the Bible's talking about? Do you have any evidence for that? Or are you just a liar that wants to get the fat girl's money on Sunday?
Mm.
We should make these preachers tell the truth. Mm-hmm. Are you feeling me?
Mm-hmm.
So if we were to identify who, and we were to go in and look at the fact that there is a history of people sacrificing and taking babies, and it's all over the world wherever a certain community is. Don't blame me. I never believed this until I started looking, saying there's something to all this.
But Dr. Short, also, man, what is the practice? I saw some articles and news shows about certain Jewish rabbis going around sucking the penises and whatnot of newborns when they do circumcision.
That's absolutely normal.
That's normal.
Masitza bepe, sucking by mouth. On the 8th day, they cut the penis, and the mahel sucks the blood off of the penis.
The one rabbi was going around giving newborns, I believe, herpes.
And
that's why it made the news.
It made but you can Google it. I mean, this isn't secret. The only thing is, who allows all this to go on?
Who?
Pardon my language. Dumb fuck black Christians that don't even read their own Bible.
Mm.
I can't stand stupid Bible believers who don't read or believe the Bible. They make me sick. If you simply read the Bible, there'd be no way you could believe that these people doing this are the Jews of the Old Testament. Aside from that, if they read their own Bible, Jesus told folks that Jewish folks did all kinds of wickedness. But we got to run around and make them holy and special and chosen, which means we're not chosen. What other people walk the earth declaring themselves unchosen by their God? That's dumb. Since I'm unchosen, Pastor, how about me choosing to keep my tithes?
Mm.
How about me choosing to not go to your little fake church?
Mm-hmm.
How about me choosing to not associate with little fake, got a little broke down choir, no sound system, air conditioner don't work. Maybe I can't go to your church because you're a coon.
Right.
And the little broke fake word you give was bootleg. We have a religious culture of hypocrisy that writes us off as just deserving to be enslaved, and other people are special and wonderful. God chose me. Hell, He chose you. He didn't choose people who stole folks' organs or do money laundering for major drug transactions and get blood diamonds. The workers of wickedness are not chosen by God, but they are delegated to go to hell when they die. That's what the Bible teaches, but you know what? They do not teach that. They have disempowered black folks from being able to see things for what they are. I was looking up in Detroit and in Los Angeles and New Mexico. Was one particular person who had body parts buried in the yards and all this other kind of stuff. He was Jewish. He was up in Detroit and this stuff was happening. And black folks need their own newspapers and call a spade a spade. You know, when a black person commits a crime, they let you know. Think about Barbecue Becky.
Right.
What I don't like, Barbecue Becky is Jewish. The guy in the swimming pool Bloom, he's Jewish. The guy that attacked the Spanish-speaking people in the restaurant, the lawyer, he's Jewish. We need to start saying who people are when they do something. George Zimmerman's Jewish. Say who they are. I don't care who it is. Tell the truth about it.
What about Richard Spencer? He's Jewish, right?
No, but I think Kessler, the one that did that march in Charlottesville, I think
he's Jewish. Okay.
I think so. You get where I'm coming from?
I see what you say, but who controls the media, though? Who controls that narrative?
Why not call it what it is? Is that anti-Semitic if I call an ice cream cone an ice cream cone?
Man, Dr. Short, you know.
Trust me. If folks started saying that organ harvesting is a Jewish thing, the Jewish community, to defend itself, would hide it because they're very sensitive, because there's a lot of stuff that they're doing that people hate. And if folks halfway understood it, they'd be in a world of trouble.
Well, you go back to organized crime in this country, and people always talk about the Italians, but who organized it really, financial-wise? Who controls the money?
No, wait a minute. What do you mean the Italians?
No, you know, I'm talking about the stereotype. You know how Dr. Short, the Godfather, all this stuff.
No, when they saw the movie Bugsy Siegel was not Italian.
Right.
Mayor Lansky was not Italian.
Right.
Mo Bayless is not Italian.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's not fair. That's really not fair. Rothstein, that organized Lucky Luciano, he's not Italian.
That's right.
Bronfman was Seagram's. He's not Italian.
Right. Buckhouse, Louis Lefke wasn't Italian. Right.
And the Purple Gang, the Killers.
Right, the Purple Gang.
Dutch Schultz is an Italian.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas make me sick. Listen to the goddamn name. If it doesn't sound like it's a spaghetti company, assume that it's not Italian.
Yes, sir.
So we can go on and on. So the people of Las Vegas, that was their thing. Mm-hmm. And we could go on and on and on. So we need to be real. And I'm forgetting, there was one guy who was the king of all the thugs. Mm-hmm. He's Jewish. I'm not saying all Jewish folks. I never said that. I've always been honest with people. The brother was just here. I was just saying to him, Short is a Jewish name, brother. Mm-hmm. And then my mother's maternal name is Sellers. It's another Jewish name. And my father's mother's name is Zilka. It's another Jewish name.
There you go.
And I got so much Jew. I told folks I'm just a black matzo ball. But I'm a proud black matzo ball. I'm proud to be black. I'm not with the Khazars, okay? I may have some of that in me, but I'm not a Khazarian. Okay, thank God I'm a black person. Mm-hmm. Look, if we were to just call a spade,
okay.
Okay. For example, remember Michael Vick? Everyone's been complaining. Oh, these people are killing folks and they don't even go to jail. Michael Vick has a dog, right? Mm-hmm. But why did Michael Vick get arrested? Who was behind it? And God, please help me to remember this devil's name, because I do want to remember it. He was Tom Lantos.
Okay.
He's a Hungarian Jew. Mm-hmm. He was that went after Michael Vick. We say white folk. No, we need to say which white folks.
And who he played for, who owned the Falcons, Arthur Blank, right? Who was a Jew.
You know, I can go on and on to say to you that who gave the subprime loans? Who started giving subprime loans to black folks?
I mean, God call it what it is. I mean, it's not about being hateful. It's about being truthful.
Lehman Brothers.
Right. Lehman Brothers.
Jewish brokers. They did that. And what were the Lehman Brothers? They were slave dealers and cotton brokers down in Selma, Alabama. In fact, who was the mayor of Selma, Alabama when they were beating the people? The name was Smitherman. We're talking about people protesting and fighting down in Birmingham, Alabama, but who owned the stores in the Magic City? Just ask yourself.
It's a strong Jewish presence in Birmingham. It is. I talked to some Jews down there at the Selma anniversary.
I don't hate nobody.
Right.
I'm not saying dislike anybody, but I'm calling a spade, which means the people who ran the stores and ran the finances of Birmingham.
But who was the second in charge behind Jefferson Davis? Who was he?
Oh, Judah P. Benjamin.
Right, he was a Jew, right? From
a Jewish homosexual.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Who was friends with another Jewish homosexual named Benjamin Disraeli, who was the first Jewish prime minister of England.
Ain't that something?
Okay.
How you doing just telling the facts, Dr. Short? What's the problem with facts? If it actually happened, it happened.
Because a lot of Negroes don't like facts, because if you give me all this information, it means I got to do something like stand up.
Right.
And I like crawling on my chin for crumbs, and it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I miss Dick Gregory. I want to tell you that I had told my friends that Dick Gregory would pass in 2017 at the beginning of the year.
Wow.
The brother that you were talking to, Bryant Moore, Bryant Troy Moore, the brother all of your fans should listen to or look up. Bryant T. Moore is the greatest science fiction writer in the country, never received a penny. This guy that they kicked out, the little galaxy thing, the little pedophile was saying he wants school kids.
Yeah.
He's stolen stuff from Bryant, but the movie Avatar, the reason that there hasn't been a sequel in 9 years is Bryant has been fighting against James Cameron, because James Cameron stole Avatar. Avatar, the big blockbuster, was stolen from a black man, a cousin of mine, no less.
Wow. That's like the Matrix thing with the sister. I can't remember her name right now.
Her name is Sophia Stewart.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he stole from her too. Yeah, I talked to Sophia. Okay, the world's real crazy, but and by the way, Cameron's back. I think Cameron's Jewish, and so I had to say to Brian, he robbed you, because my cousin's so pro-Jewish. He robbed you. He robbed you, and I ain't mad. Look, it's not. Did you hear me say knock over someone's tombstone? No.
No.
Did you hear me say vandalize someone's synagogue? No. Did you hear me say pull someone's yarmulke off? No. I'm not like that. I don't like that. I'm civil. But I would say, if you've done wrong, you've done wrong, no matter who you are, no matter what you call yourself. I think that's fair. Anyone that wants to stand it other than that is some kind of a monster. Now, let me just move on and just say some things to you. I was saying that I walked the last picket line that Dick Gregory did at World Vision.
Okay.
And I remember Dick Gregory was walking up 3rd Street, Northeast Washington, and for a quick second, it's as if his body swiveled. I'd never seen him walk quite like that. And I said, man, his days are numbered. Because and he didn't fall or anything, but it was something different in the way he was walking away from me, leaving to go into the garage to get his car. And the thing that really concerned me was, remember, last year we did the thing on East St. Louis, right? And Dick Gregory is from St. Louis.
Right.
Okay. I had called Dick Gregory to let him know we're going to have this thing in which maybe 2,000-3,000 people came out for the bridge on the river. And I called Dick I've been talking to Dick Gregory off and on at that point since 1996, 95, 96. Was in 96, 4 plus 17, 21 years I've been talking to Dick Gregory. If I called him, I could reach him at some point. If I called him enough, I'd catch him. This time, no matter how many times I called him, I never got a response. And I was thinking, this is something that Dick Gregory would have been on, because it's where he's from, right? And I just kept calling. So I'm in the middle of an event in St. Louis, and I get a call, and it's from Dick Gregory's. No, I called someone else, and they gave me Dick Gregory's number because I couldn't find it up in Plymouth. So I called up, and I got Dick Gregory's family, and it was the secretary or whatever, someone in the house, and they promised me that they'd be in touch, and they gave me an email to reach Dick Gregory. I said, Dick Gregory, an email? he doesn't do email. I didn't say that to her. I said, Dick Gregory to email?
Right. No, he didn't do email.
I never heard of such a thing, but I did. And I wrote him And Dick Gregory wrote me back, God bless you. My prayers, and I've sent this out to everyone. I can't join you. Okay. And I told someone that night that Gregory's not going to live out this year because Dick Gregory wouldn't have missed being at something like that because the way they mass murdered the people in St. Louis. East St. Louis, the way they were killing him on the bridge and drowning.
Yeah.
Dick Gregory would have come for that. For him to send me an email that sent a chill through me. So I told folks, Dick Gregory's not going to live much longer. I don't know what's going on. Something bad coming. Can't prove it. I told several people, pray, but he won't clear 17. He won't. There's no way. I saw him walk and this. No. Okay. So I got back, and it's interesting. One of the last people to meet with Dick Gregory was my auntie, Yvonne Sion, Dave Chappelle's mom, and his sister Felicia, right? And I saw pictures. I got a picture I received of Dick Gregory and some other people, and from the last people. And then Dick Gregory was gone.
Right.
And what's so crazy is that in 2016, I looked at my aunt and I asked my aunt how she was doing. She said she was fine. I kept saying, "Are you sure you're okay?" She says, I'm fine. And I decided to take a picture of her because I realized I had no pictures of me and my mother's older sister. And so I started to take a picture of my mother being a jackass. Yes, she was. Rushing like we have somewhere to go. I says, "Mom, let me get a picture with me and my aunt. This may be the last time we could take a picture together. You never know." Well, what you need to know is that was the last picture my aunt and I took together. Within 2 weeks of me seeing her, we learned she had pancreatic cancer.
Oh, wow. That's what guy Aretha, right? Queen Aretha Franklin? And
she died at the age of 76, just like Aretha did.
Wow. Was it in August too, or was it?
It was a little after August. Maybe it was October.
Now, Dr. Shaw, I got to ask you this. Do you feel like the passing of Dick Gregory was a foul play involved, in your opinion?
It could be.
Okay.
It could be. Dick Gregory had so many things. Do you realize if Dick Gregory were alive today with Omarosa, what Dick Gregory would be doing with that?
Yeah. I can only imagine. It'd be like, wow.
It would be a bit much.